Well, hello everybody out there in YouTube land. Mr. Chestnut and I are back, and we're going to do our second video. We promised you interesting stories or highlights about personalities or events, activities in our town, Fairmont, North Carolina, and we're going to live up to our word today, and we're going to kick off our actual subject matter videos with a topic and a discussion about budgets. Everybody out there in YouTube land knows all about budgets. You may have one at the house, you may have one at your business, but you got a budget. You got to know how much money you're going to come in and how much money you're going to spend. And the town of Fairmont's budgets start July 1st and run to June the 30th. And I have with me an expert. I, I, I can put together my own budget at my own house, and I know what not to do and what to do. But here's a man who has done multiple budgets, not only in the military, but I'm sure in private business and now for the town of Fairmont and in government matters. I want to turn the view over to Mr. Chestnut, our town manager, and let him tell you a little bit about budgets and how budgets are and what our budget's all about. Mr. Chestnut, come on in here and say what you need to say and tell them, make them experts on the budget.
Good morning, everyone. I can't make you a budget expert in a little bit of time that we're talking, but I wanted to talk to you about how important the local budget process is for your community. And you as a citizen, as a property owner, tenant, business owner in the town, you should also be concerned about, your budget for your local municipality, Mr. Mayor. And we are transparent in this process. We advertise all of our budget workshops. We have had citizens come and view our budget meetings. One thing about the budget meetings, though, is that, the ones that we've gone through in the past, it's really for transparency. As we sit, as the board and myself and the staff sits to talk about the budget, the process is meant to be transparent so the citizens can see what's going on, how their taxpayer dollars are being spent. And then, so they get to watch us, work on the budget. And before we adopt the budget, they get to, participate in a public hearing to speak, for or against or in approval or disapproval of the local budget. So our local budget process, usually starts, at the beginning of the new year, calendar year, but the budget is actually from July the 1st to June the 30th. That's our budget year, and a lot of work goes into that. And I just wanted to share the opportunity with our citizens that when they hear a budget talk from your local municipality, please be willing to be involved, attend the meetings, and see what your local municipality is doing as a budget to see how that will provide services for you in the future.
The time for you to say, well, why didn't you do this, or why didn't you put X number of dollars in for this event or that event, or why did you raise my property taxes, or why is the water bill, is not the time to do that on July 2nd. It's too late then. June the 30th at midnight, our budget goes into effect for a year. When you should do that is, and I've been on the town board and connected with the town for 46 years.
Yes, sir.
And normally when we have budget workshops and we lead up to the point where we have a public hearing, very few, if any, people stand up and say anything about our budget process. You really need to do that. You really need to come. It's a little late now because we're showing this after the new budget's gone into effect, but next year, in future years, if you have something you want to say, you need to do that. Mr. Chestnut is absolutely right. Speak up. That's why it's called a public hearing.
Most definitely. These are your tax dollars going to work for yourself. The tax dollars that are collected by your municipality to spend on services are services for yourself. To make the infrastructure better, for water and sewage, for solid waste disposal, for how streets are paved, how drainage is done in your community. That is where your property tax dollars go. That's where your sales tax dollars go. That's where your water, sewer, and garbage payments go. You know, you have a voice, and we would like for you to exercise that voice during the budget season on how we spend these dollars. Now, myself and my staff is very professionals. You know, we do not budget, you know, outside of what we bring in. We make detailed analysis on how we can spend money going forth the next year based on previous year's spendings. Right here, I have in front of me what we call a budget versus actual, and what that is the actual number of dollars that we have spent per line item, but versus what's been budgeted for that particular item. It's sort of like, you know, what the mayor was saying earlier. If you have a personal budget and you budget this amount for groceries, you're going to be monitoring that budget as you shop the store. You know, so we do that on a consistently basis. We provide this budget versus actual report to our board of commissioners every month, and they get a copy of this. And this is public record, so you know the citizens can request a copy of it. There's nothing to, you know, we like to show our citizens how their taxpayer money is being spent.
He's correct, absolutely correct when he says professionals. I can tell you this, and it's going to sound a little humorous to you, because that's my job. Mr. Chestnut's job is to be the factual person and the serious person. My job is to do a stand-up comedy routine during these 7 minutes. I'm only joking. But I can tell you this, if Jenny Larson, our town clerk and finance officer, was with me in the McDonald's parking lot and she said you got 17 cents in your pocket to get whatever you want, I would never doubt her. She is a brilliant person when it comes to money. Now, we got a treat for you because 7 minutes is almost up and we are nowhere near where we need to be. Mr. Chestnut and I are going to come back in a future show and tell you some more details about budgets and budget processes. Isn't that nice? You get 2 for the price of 1.
That's right. And we appreciate sharing that information with you guys.
Look forward to talking to you the next time.